we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports in 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
At Government House, I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories.
Grand Bahamas Nightlife gets a boost as curfew restrictions are lifted. Plus, residents urged to prepare as Atlantic hurricane season begins June 1st. And Saharan dust set to blanket the Bahamas. Health officials warn of respiratory risks.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. We begin with some good news for Grand Bahamas Nightlife. After years of restrictions, entertainment venues are no longer required to close by 2 a.m. Business owners say this change will give their profits a much-needed boost. Now, the shift comes after an announcement from the Minister for Grand Bahama. Our Shalia Roll has those details.
For years, Grand Bahama bar and nightclub owners have been sounding the alarm, saying that restrictive operating hours was driving away patrons and restricting their revenue. Now that outcry has been heard.
People are investing and they're doing a lot. They're being entrepreneurs and want to see a return of what they've put into their business. And now I think they believe that they can with this restriction lifted. And I'm grateful to this administration that saw fit for that to happen.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, confirmed that after extensive consultations with stakeholders and the Department of Inland Revenue, those curfew restrictions, once tied to license stipulations, are now a thing of the past.
You know, we're at a place now where we have decided and communicated with Inland Revenue that they will remove the 2 a.m. cutoff time that's on the license. And so that's what's happened.
Some residents are concerned that extended hours for bars and nightclubs could lead to a rise in crime. However, Moxie assures that club owners will collaborate with law enforcement to maintain a safe environment.
You realize that back in the day, Grand Bahama was actually called they called it the Magic City, but it was really the home of entertainment. You had clubs, how many? Maybe 6, 7, 8 clubs at the same time, and they were open all hours of the night. This is what Grand Bahama was. And so I believe that we are responsible enough to ensure that this is not an issue.
According to the Minister for Grand Bahama, some nightclub and bar owners have already been granted updated licenses to operate beyond 2 a.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Thanks, Shalia. Well, as we look ahead, the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season officially kicks off on June 1st. Met officials are urging residents not to take the approaching season lightly and to start preparing now. Our Cleopatra Murphy brings us that story.
The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season is just 2 days away, and following the harsh lessons of Hurricane Dorian that claimed 74 lives according to the official count, with scores more classified as missing, Chief Meteorologist at the Department of Meteorology on Grand Bahama, Siobhan Moxie Bonnaby, is urging Bahamians to be proactive.
I just admonish everyone in the Bahamas and in particularly the northern islands of Abaco, Grand Bahama, and the Bimini to prepare. We always try to prepare when we know it's more active in terms of climatology, the end of August, September, but you can have a storm very early in the year. You just don't know. So if we can prepare from day one, in anticipation, then even if it doesn't come, at least we give God thanks and at least we were prepared.
This hurricane season is expected to be an above average one, with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicting anywhere from 13 to 19 storms, 6 to 10 of which are expected to become hurricanes, and 3 to 5 of them Category 3 or stronger.
We are hoping that none of them come across our country at all, and but we tend to have some kind of system within our area when we have a neutral year, and this is a neutral year in terms of not being El Nino or La Nina.
As hurricanes are always unpredictable, the meteorologist is urging residents not to be caught off guard.
Preparation is always key. The earlier the better, and we just, we say we prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
There were 18 named storms in 2024, among them the deadly hurricanes Beryl, Helene, and Milton. The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season closes on November 30th. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Meantime, in preparation for the hurricane season, consumer affairs inspectors have hit the ground running in Grand Bahama. They are conducting pre-season checks at hardware stores to ensure fair pricing and availability of essential supplies. This morning, Chief Price Inspector Diana Williams met with her team to give final instructions and offer some advice to consumers.
When we go to do hurricane inspections, we normally check for hurricane supplies that we know are essentials during that time. We check for items such as batteries, operated fans, radios, gas stoves, lantern, flashlights, canned goods, even water and ice.
There is no doubt that memories of devastating storms like Hurricane Dorian still linger in the minds and hearts of residents of the northern Bahamas, more so Grand Bahama. Now, while she urges residents to begin purchasing items for the upcoming season, she offered words of advice to merchants.
Do not wait last minute. Always shop ahead, take advantage of the sales, because you don't want to be caught up with the last minute panic buying. And also, to report to our office if you see any violations or any suspicious pricing, and to also document items when you go there to make sure that if any price changes occurs, you could call our office and we can investigate it. If any of the hardware operators are caught in breach or price gouging, we will investigate, we will find out what's the reason why, and we will take the matters before court and they will be fined.
Well, adding to the weather concerns, a thick plume of Saharan dust is forecasted to blanket portions of the northern Bahamas this weekend. Health officials are warning residents, especially those with respiratory conditions, to take precautions as the dusty haze moves in. Our Shalia Roll has more details on this developing story.
Health officials are urging residents to take the precautions as thick plumes of Saharan dust is expected to cover the islands in the coming days. While the dusty air can cause respiratory discomfort and trigger allergies in some individuals, meteorologists say it may also help surpass hurricane activity, a mixed blessing during the Atlantic hurricane season. Dr. Stacey Bevins-Lang says that these symptoms of effects from the dust
is sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, nasal congestion, and coughing. Some persons, especially our asthmatics, they tend to have an increased amount of wheezing, or even shortness of breath.
Satellite imagery showed dust above most of the Atlantic tropical waters as of Thursday, spanning all the way from Africa's coast to the Gulf. This natural phenomenon is not uncommon during this time of year, but health professionals are once again sounding the alarm about its potential effects. For asthma patients, Bevan Lang says that taking medication as prescribed is best during this time.
You want to take your medications as prescribed by your physician. And if you feel that your symptoms, such as wheezing, shortness of breath, you're coughing excessively, it's not resolving despite you taking your medication, which is your pump, and whatever pills that you may take on a regular basis, then we're asking that you definitely come in to see your doctor.
Here are the people most at risk during this time.
The persons that tend to be more vulnerable during this time is our children, our elderly persons, and persons that have COPD or other sinus issues or lung problems.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
Well, in good timing ahead of the hurricane season, the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas has officially opened its new office and welcomed staff here in Grand Bahama. Our Matthew Mourning was on hand to capture the grand event and share what it means for the island's preparedness.
To ensure safer practices within the insurance sector of the Northern Bahamas, the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas held a grand opening ceremony of its Freeport office at the Pajero House on West Mall Drive. The event not only presented the new Northern Bahamas headquarters, but also introduced its new 5-member team as it aims to enhance its national presence and accessibility. Chairman of the Bahamas Trade Commission, Senator Barry Griffin, says the ICB presence in the North reaffirms its vision of strengthening the regulation environment of insurance nationally.
This office will not only enhance service delivery to its licensees and policyholders in Grand Bahama and to the Northern Bahamas, but it will also reinforce the sector's confidence, encourage compliance, and support long-term economic resilience.
Keynote speaker, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, notes the office is fulfilling a critical need nearing the upcoming hurricane season.
Your office here will actively work to combat those negative narratives. It will promote good business practices within the insurance sector. It will protect consumers, ensuring their rights and interests are upheld. And perhaps most importantly, your presence will develop insurance consciousness among the general public.
In her address, Superintendent of Insurance for the ICB, Dana Munnings-Gray, shares the goal of the newly established office firm is to provide more readily accessible support for those in the Northern Bahamas.
We want to ensure that we're building and collaborating with our registrants, licensees, policyholders, stakeholders, but particularly the residents. And we want to ensure that we're enhancing the support and oversight tailored to local needs. So no longer are we regulating from Nassau behind our desks, but we're here on the ground, a part of your community.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
And still to come.
A women's empowerment brunch set to help women discover their true purpose and forge meaningful connections. We'll have that story plus sports highlights when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition returns.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Experience a man's point of view live at the Regency Theater, June 14th at 8 p.m. and June 15th at 4 p.m. Tickets just $40 at 17 Shop or Imagine Graphics. Visit ampv.online for more information. Be a hero at the 3rd Annual Gift of Life Blood Drive. Join the Ministry for Grand Bahama on Saturday, May 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Collab Unit Harold de Gregory Building. Call 350-6700 extension 4687 for more information. Don't miss the 1st Annual Home and Hardware Expo, Saturday, June 7th at Pelican Bay from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy free exhibits, giveaways, and expert demos, plus an $150 short-term rental session at 3. Call 352-6126 for more details. Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Super P, the entertainer from TCI. I'm stopping by to tell you about the 2nd annual Come Go With Me Best of the Best Music Festival happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands on June 7th, 2025 at the Grace Bay Marketplace. If you haven't as yet, get your tickets, get your flights, and meet me in Turks and Caicos Islands because this is about to be a real big movie. Let's go to Turks and Caicos.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The Walking Into Your Purpose Women's Empowerment Brunch is coming to the Grand Ulcain Resort on May 31st. This inspiring event, hosted for the first time in the Bahamas by founder April Holt-Smith, aims to help women discover their true purpose and build meaningful connections. Smith also adding that she hopes women in the Bahamas are inspired by her story, which was born through a painful season in her life.
This one is because it's in the Caribbean, of course, and I'm in a new territory with it. I want to introduce it to women here in the Bahamas so they know it's not an ordinary women empowerment where you're just going to come and really not get empowered. They will be empowered when they leave on May 31st. They're going to experience something that they've never experienced before at a women's empowerment event.
Smith says that there are a host of panelists ready to empower women throughout the day.
A lot of women are going through a lot. And sometimes my story may help another woman come out of what she's going through. And if we open up and share our journeys with each other, it'll help and it'll empower. They can get their tickets at www.thewiyp.com. They can register and get their tickets there. They don't want to miss this.
Well, it was an afternoon of tea, fashion, and relaxation as the Bahamian Nurses Union hosted its annual tea party in celebration of Nurses Month. Held under the patronage of Union President Muriel Lightbourne, the event brought out a sea of elegant dresses and dazzling fascinators with the theme Springtime in Paris. Nurses traded in scrubs for style, highlighted by a chic fashion show. Shop steward Laura Jones says this year's event was all about doing something different, stepping away from the traditional, and embracing a touch of glamour.
We thought it fitting just to come together as a group, to nurture one another, to laugh, to just relax, and then also to engage in the company of each other, and then to uplift and build each other. We work through challenges. We fight through the fairest and the worst, from coming through COVID and other conditions. But this month, nurses have now been re-sparked with energy, with enthusiasm, and with that gusto to continue on. And so we're just glad to see the smiles on their faces, the beautiful radiant uniforms, and everyone is so excited. And we just want to commend commend all of our nurses from east to west as we celebrate them on this day.
Union President Lightbourne notes that even in the face of challenges, this gathering could mark the beginning of a new tradition, one where nurses take the time to celebrate and uplift one another more often.
I am just so very proud of the nurses here in Grand Bahama, the way they work together, the way they partner with the community, the way they promote continuing education for their nurses, the manner in which they seek to provide that environment in which nurses can thrive. And you know, the Public Hospitals Authority is very committed to ensuring that we do promote that environment in which nurses are valued, in which they are respected, in which they are supported, and in which they are protected.
And that's a look at stories making news. Sports is coming your way next with Jay Philippe.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Bet on yourself and gamble responsibly. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
This June 15th, get ready for a powerful night of praise and celebration as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in partnership with New Life Worship Center, presents a musical concert honoring 10 fathers and celebrating ZNS 89 years of excellence. It's a moment of music, memories, and legacy. More information to follow. Stay tuned.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
This time I'm on a one-way.
Hi, this is me, KB. This is Sweet Emily. It's your boy D-Mark.
This your boy Jack.
It's your girl Nishi Al-As.
It's TCI Most Wanted DJ Shakes.
It's me now, Funky D. It's your girl Jama.
This is Corey Forbes. This is Wilfred Solomon.
It's your boy Puzzle Man.
It's your boy Shad Gawley from Shad Gawley and the VIPs.
It's your boy Young Squad.
This is the Ancient Man.
It's your boy Frontier, representative for the Provision Band Boys. It's your boy Mikey.
Spread, Barbara Johnson, Alroy.
This is your boy Shine 242 inviting you to come go with me.
Best of the best
music and
jazz festival.
Featuring the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands' best artists.
Come go with me.
Right down there in Provo.
In the Turks and Caicos TCI, listen.
June 5th to June 9th.
Weekend down Turks and Caicos.
At the Grace Bay Market.
You ask who's the host, it's the host with the most, Super P the Entertainer. Gates open at 9 p.m. and showtime is 10:30 sharp. Tickets are $75 general, $150 VIP. Now, I know you all like your skyboxes and your VIP tables, so make sure you contact Jason Francis at 231-0018.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports, the inaugural sports festival flag football tournament played at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Some 12 teams competed overall in 3 divisions, including some local teams and American teams visiting from South Florida.
This is the kids' event. This is what we're doing it for. And that's what all of us together between the 2 different leagues, Eugene and Vincent and Richard, our goal this year, you can't grow anything if you don't start it. If you don't plant the seed, it's not going to grow. So that's what this year was about, is planting the seed. So one day we can see 400 people coming out here just like baseball.
Mario reached out to me and requested that we put together the first flag football tournament abroad. And I thought it was a good opportunity so that our kids can get that experience. And give these kids another opportunity to go abroad and meet new kids and develop relationships.
Towards the end, I was getting kind of frustrated, but then I started building up my team, and then out of all, we won the championship.
I like the sportsmanship that the team that we won against, they did very good. They tried their best. We just want to thank God that helped us have another day. And sportsmanship to my mom, that spend a lot of money to help us get to the Bahamas.
Next, in sports championship action in high school baseball between the defending champions St. George's Jaguars and the Tabernacle Falcons. Gerard Hall was an ace on the mound for St. George's, striking out 8 batters and gave up just 1 run on 2 hits as the Jaguars take down the Falcons 7-1 to win back-to-back titles in senior boys play. Hall was also named MVP. And finally, in sports scores from primary school soccer, Morrismore defeated Barton Hill 7-0. Tabernacle took down Martintown 3-0. LIS dominated Sunland. Final score was 8-0. And Mary Star of the Sea got the win versus Walter Parker 8-0. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
You can lose a lot of money gambling if you're not careful. That's right. Be sure and pay your bills first. Set aside your savings and know exactly how much you can spend and what you could lose. If you win, you win. But if you lose, you lose. Set a budget and stick to it. Please, be safe and only gamble what you can actually afford to lose. This message is brought to you by the Gaming Board for the Bahamas.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
JS Events and JMCTCI present
the 2nd annual Turks and Caicos. Come go with me.
Music and Jazz Festival.
Day 3.
It's the family reunion and regatta.
Saturday, June 7th.
Paging the Bain family.
The Bean family.
The Cox family.
The Dean family.
The Delancey family.
The Forbes family.
The Francis family.
The Gardner family.
The Grant family.
The Hall family.
The Hamilton family.
The Honcho family.
The Harris family. 12.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
But before we close, we want to wish a special happy birthday to our number one boss, Giovanni Hepburn, and the lovely Louisa Saunders. We hope you both enjoy your day. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
It's the country's biggest stage for business and investment, and the Bahamas Tonight will be there bringing you all the action.
One station. We've got the up-close interviews and predictions for growth for the nation's busiest sectors.
Taking you around the world.
And at the same time covering the biggest stories that have taken over local headlines, now expected to take an even different twist. We'll be there to give you a front row seat.
Keeping you completely covered.
2 newscasts, 2 nights live from Times Square in New York City.
This is serious business.
But make no mistake, it's the Big Apple. So we're also giving you the all access to the interesting and fun stories like the who's who in Bahamian diaspora and what you can't miss if you're in the city that never sleeps.
The Bahamas Tonight, live from New York City.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, a delay in the pre-trial of the Bahamians allegedly involved in a transnational drug trade as talks of a plea deal emerge. Also, find out what has the Prime Minister disappointed. And the RBDF ups its fleet. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now in New York City.
The Bahamas Tonight, live from New York City, New York.
The iconic skyscrapers of New York City. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. The case that's shaken Bahamian law enforcement to its core is facing a new delay. The U.S. federal court hearing involving several Bahamian officers and government-connected individuals indicted on drug and weapons trafficking charges has been pushed back. The accused were expected to appear today, but now the next key court date has been set for later this summer. Devontae Hanna is live with the latest.
3 Bahamians were set to appear here at the United States Courthouse, where their pretrial conference was rescheduled to August. We can't tell you exactly why, but here's what we know. The pretrial conference for the group of Bahamian nationals indicted in a sweeping U.S. federal drug case has officially been rescheduled. Court documents confirm the hearing will now take place in August in the Southern District of New York. Among the 13 defendants who are being held in MDC Brooklyn, a New York-based detention center, are 9 Bahamians, including high-ranking officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, along with Bahamian pilots and known drug traffickers. Prosecutors allege the group was a part of an international network that funneled cocaine from Colombia through the Bahamas and into the United States, aided by corruption at the highest levels of law enforcement since May of 2021. The pretrial conference was initially expected to move the case forward this week, with discussions on discovery, legal motions, and possible trial scheduling. But no explanation has been given for the delay. Experts say it could be due to the complex nature of the case, the volume of evidence, or a possible plea negotiation. Back in Nassau, National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro spoke to reporters on talks of the plea deal and had this to say.
The U.S. system is a lot like ours, but not exactly. So if you give discovery, you need time to properly consider it. And if you're talking about a plea agreement, which happens here as well, you need time to explore that. the criminal justice system has to run its course.
The officers and their co-accused have been arrested since December 2024. ZNS News understands they have been held in over 17 different facilities. Bahamas Consul General to New York, the Honorable Leroy Major, who recently spoke with some of the defendants, confirmed they are in good health and that his office remains committed to ensuring their rights are protected throughout the legal process. And of course, that pretrial conference will be moved to August 12, 2025. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Ham.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Back at home, Acklins residents are mourning the loss of a man whose death is now the focus of a full-scale investigation and the victim's son's suspects. Lloyd Allen is on the ground in Acklins.
May 28 marks the start of the 2025 Acklins Cascarilla Festival, and as residents throughout the length and breadth of this island gather here at the King Eric Gibson Park for the annual event, they also gather to remember the life of Sean Ferguson, who was brutally killed on Sunday. Tonight, residents holding a vigil in his honor.
On Saturday, he pulled into the yard on Sunday, and I said to him, I need those 2 tires for my cousin Douglas' truck. And he said to me, this was the same night he met his demise. And he said to me, come. So I said, okay.
Chairman of the Acklins Cascarilla Heritage Festival, Anita Colley-Verdecia, was like so many who gathered in solidarity to remember Ferguson.
Sean was one of my good friends in Acklins, and I got so much respect for Sean. He always a guy who want to teach you about cooking and dominoes, and it's so great.
When I heard about it, I heard that he was missing, and hey, I said, hey, he probably just went on the beach, went for a walk.
Sean was one of the young man that always bring happiness.
He played his last domino game on the same table underneath the tree on Saturday, and the smallest son was with him playing domino also.
Now, according to some residents, Ferguson's body was found in a shallow grave just feet away from his beachfront home in Masons Bay. And meantime, police continue with their investigation into the killing of the 57-year-old. Reporting from Acklins for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Over in the capital, fast, fuel-efficient, and tech-savvy gifts for the country's military. Our Felicity Darville tells us more about the Defense Force's 4 new vessels.
I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
A seafaring hymn and prayers for protection for the newest fleet to bolster the capabilities of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. P-50, 51, 52, and 53 come at a time when the force is getting a major boost in funding thanks to the newly presented budget. National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, said it is significant.
The government has sought fit to increase the Defense Force capital budget by 82% this budget period. From an engineering standpoint, the design and build quality of these vessels reflect international standards. These 41-foot platforms have been reliable in past deployments. We know of their capabilities, we trust their durability, and we expect them to meet the high demands of the maritime environment in which they operate.
Acting Prime Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, encouraged the Marines who will man these vessels to take courage and to know that the government supports their national sacrifice.
Honor our commitment to excellence and their transformation from assets into guardians of our seas. Each boat, all 41 feet in length, and driven by 4 400-horsepower Mercury engines, achieves the cruising speed of 40 knots and an expertly trained crews, cutting-edge technology, and steadfast vessels. By dedicating these safe boats today, we consecrate instruments of national defense that will patrol our exclusive economic zone, interdict illicit activity, and rush to the aid of those in peril at sea.
and the youngest Marine among them cutting the ceremonial cake. These vessels have the ability to run from Grand Bahama in the north all the way down to Inagua in the south without needing to refuel, significantly augmenting interdiction and border patrol efforts. From the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Harbor Patrol Unit in Nassau Harbor, I'm Felicity Davo.
In related news, despite the barbs from detractors, the government's riding high on having balanced the budget. But according to Minister of Economic Affairs, Senator the Honorable Michael Algeidas, though encouraged by the positive developments, optimism must be tempered in the face of harsh realities like natural disasters and external shocks. The minister is pretty confident, though, the Bahamas has the cushioning needed to withstand the threats.
That is why we place so much emphasis on things like the growth in the national debt and, debt to GDP ratio. Sometimes when we talk about these things, the public might say, well, what does that mean? In reality, it's like how an individual would put something up for a rainy day. And so, that's what we're concentrating on, building that buffer, that headroom. In the event of some natural disaster or some policy change that impacts us, we are able to withstand it. And we think we're well on the way to getting to where we want to be. We're not there yet, but this is an encouraging development, and we're confident.
And you're looking at a spectacular evening shot of the Brooklyn Bridge, all dressed in lights. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, live from the Big Apple.
From New York City, the Bahamas Tonight, guys. My name is Ahmed. Love from Egypt, New York City. To the Bahamas people, we love you.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Yes, I will marry you.
For the juicy, crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC Big Deal, some people will do anything. KFC is finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
And I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Safety first.
Well, you're looking at the evening skyline of New York. Welcome back. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump reasons that it's a privilege, not a right, to study in the United States. His stance in the face of growing backlash over a recent order that U.S. embassies stop scheduling student visa appointments, leaving tens of thousands of prospective international students in limbo. When questioned on the issue, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis accepted he cannot determine a country's migration policy, but he's disappointed.
It tells us what we have to do as a country. We are investing at the University of Bahamas to ensure that our people have the ability to pursue their academic goals as high as they wish. And we're investing in the Bahamas and the University of Bahamas to be able to do that. And so, again, these migratory policy issues are solely for the jurisdictions to which they apply. We cannot tell the Americans who to allow into their country, who not to allow, just as they cannot able to tell us.
Well, the reviews haven't quite been written, but early indications are that organizers of this year's Business and Investment Forum here in New York City hit a home run as the sessions wrapped up just today. In this next report, Corval Pyfrom tells us that there was a feeling of renewed optimism and plenty of excitement about opportunities ahead for the Bahamas.
2 days of what organizers are calling positive, meaningful, productive discussions here in New York City at the second annual Bahamas Business and Investment Forum. It is not clear if the intent was ever to make believers out of anyone, but what is certain is that there are now a lot more people who know the Bahamas is open for business. This now annual event closed out here in New York City with Economics Minister Michael Halkitis reiterating a lot of what the Prime Minister said the day before.
Amid all the change and chaos, one thing is certain. By all indications, the Bahamas is ready for this moment.
Whether it's tech, healthcare, or in the case of Ryan Knowles, principal of luxury real estate brand Maison Bahamas Forbes Global Property, the potential opportunities at this two-day conference are incalculable.
I think it's an amazing time. It's an awesome time to be operating in the Bahamas, investing in the Bahamas. I love the fact that our Prime Minister was here giving his remarks and his administration's approach and their open-mindedness and openness to business.
We're bringing transparency to that space today and at scale is the focus.
Increased investment will undoubtedly lead to more employment opportunities. But the question arises, are Bahamian workers up to the challenge? Labor Minister Pia Glover-Roll, who also participated in Friday's forum, answered that question on the sidelines.
In order for anything to happen, we have to prepare, we have to train, we have to build the knowledge, we have to make sure that there is good and solid and sound preparation. That's happening.
You know, New York City is considered the mecca of global commerce, and after 2 days of what these organizers call successful meetings, a lot of opportunities seem to be headed the way of the Bahamas, and therefore Bahamians, Makushla, should ready themselves. Reporting from Central Park in New York City, I'm Corval Pyfrom. We'll send it back to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Corval. As you just heard, today marking the end of the second annual Business and Investment Forum here in New York, the brainchild, so to speak, of the Bahamas ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Wendell Jones, who joins us this evening in studio. Mr. Jones, thanks for joining us on the Bahamas tonight.
My pleasure.
2 days of pitches and panel discussions and networking. How would you sum up what happened over that period?
It was a phenomenal success. We have been very pleased to have so many people who came to the forum from all over the United States. People traveled from many cities in the United States, and of course the panelists and others from the Bahamas. And so we believe that we are on to something great. This has been the second one. We started last year in Washington, D.C., This one in New York has been even bigger, and we plan to take it to yet another city next year.
Let's go back a bit to the first one. What fruits, what impact did the first have to be on an even bigger scale and to be even more successful, it seems, the second time around?
Well, since we have been concentrating on business and investment, we started in Washington, D.C., but we always knew that New York was the financial capital of the world. And if we wanted to reach people in international finance, people in the financial services sector, we thought we should be in New York. And so we started planning last year, and all of the invitations went out, and we sensed this level of enthusiasm in New York. And then we contacted the various speakers and panelists in the Bahamas, who were very delighted to come to New York to tell the good news of the Bahamas and what we are doing in business and financial services.
Washington, New York, give us some more insight on where the forum will head next.
Well, there are some who want us to come to Los Angeles, and then we had promised our honorary consul in Chicago that we would come to the Windy City, Chicago. And so we are looking at both of those places to determine where we are going next. So we are on the move, and I would like to congratulate my staff in the embassy in Washington, D.C., who worked on this over many months, and they gave the country yeoman services, and I believe that as a result of what we saw in New York, the Prime Minister was very busy meeting on the sidelines with a number of investors. Many people have pledged investments for the Bahamas, and so it bore fruit in Washington, and we believe that it's going to bear more fruit here in New York City.
Well, once again, we were talking to His Excellency Wendell Jones, the Bahamas' ambassador to the United States. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for being here.
Or medallion taxis, they're widely recognized as symbols of New York City. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight live from the city that never sleeps.
A portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
What you doing, man?
I'm getting ready for this heat, boy. But you want to see what's in this box? The ghost pepper chicken sandwich, boy. Get an apple pie, fries, and ghost pepper chicken wing. See it? You look at me? Four. Yeah, boy.
Try our new ghost pepper chicken box today. Available for a limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works.
Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
All eyes on the tropics as the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season approaches, with early predictions sounding the alarm. Meteorologists warning that this year could be one of the most active in recent memory. Diane Dorsett has the story.
With the official start of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season just 2 days away, meteorologists are warning that this could be one of the most active seasons in recent years. This year, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is predicting a range of 13 to 19 named storms. Of those, 6 to 10 are forecast to become hurricanes, with up to 5 major hurricanes Category 3 or higher.
Well, that is due to the fact that we still have some very warm waters, particularly in the Atlantic Ocean. That's the North Atlantic, also the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico. These bodies of waters are relatively warm at this time of the year, and that is one of the main ingredients for the formation of tropical cyclones. In addition to that, we are in a sort of neutral phase with respect to El Nino, La Nina, but that is expected to change to a La Nina before the end of the season. So we should see an uptick as we head into the late part of the season.
Former Chief Meteorologist and Deputy Director of the Department of Meteorology, Basil Dean, says it's not just about how many storms we see, but how fast they can strengthen.
We have discovered over the years is that whenever we are in an El Nino phase, we tend to have tropical cyclone suppression. So there tend to be less development of tropical cyclones with the El Nino. With La Nina, which is the complete opposite, that is the cooling of the waters of the Pacific, we tend to get more activity taking place in the Atlantic Ocean. So these are the teleconnections between that phenomena into Pacific vis-a-vis what happens in the Atlantic Ocean.
The Bahamas has faced the devastating impacts of storms before. And while no one can predict where a storm will hit, Dean says preparation is always the best protection.
So we should have already started our preparation for the upcoming season, such as making sure that any debris around your property is removed, because, you know, debris can become flying missiles. And with flying missiles, your windows are targets which can be shattered. So that is one of the reasons why we ask you to do these things. You also want to take advantage of the relatively dry season, which is fast evaporating, because the rainy season is about to start. You want to ensure that if you have a leaky roof, you want to repair that right now before we get into the rainy season. And also making sure that your hurricane shelters are in place, and if they are not in place, then you need to source some other material in order to protect your windows.
The Department of Meteorology will continue to monitor storm systems closely and issue alerts. With a potentially dangerous hurricane season ahead, staying informed and prepared could be the difference between safety and disaster. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorsett.
Well, sadly, this marks our final broadcast here in New York City. In terms of what else we're going to leave with you on the other side of the news, return to LaDawn and Marlena to fill us in.
Because guess what? We have a Bahamian who's performed in Broadway live with us tonight. Yes. I think Marlena is excited about that interview. She's going to be doing that.
It's like a big theater nerd, big theater kid. Yeah, okay. So we're very excited. You know, Kappas is coming up, so to see someone living the dream,
exactly.
Very important. Yeah.
This is a good endorsement for Kappas.
Yes.
With that and more coming up when the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Bahamas Business and Investments Forum, live from New York City, is brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Grand Bahama Development Company, Equity Bank, Romelda Rose Designs, the Bahamas Entrepreneurial Venture Fund, and the SBDC, Access Accelerator, the Small Business Development Center of the Bahamas.
Diet-friendly special.
do ideas become plans? Plans become memories.
So you like my new room?
And dreams become your life.
This is Night-Time.
Do you remember when hope became a house? When that house became a home? Your ideas are everything, and we're here to help make them happen. Your idea of yes, I can happens here.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'd expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
When your hands are too full, life is just too complicated. Nala, Sally, come here. Uncomplicate. Go faster, safer, greener with the digital way to pay. With Tap to Pay, it's as easy as a gentle touch. No more headaches. Say hello to convenience. The future of pay is digital with options like credit cards, debit cards, online banking, and digital wallets. Make every experience unforgettable. Embrace the ease of digital payments today.
Business and Investments Forum, live from New York City, is brought to you by the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Grand Bahama Development Company, Equity Bank, Romelda Rose Designs, the Bahamas Entrepreneurial Venture Fund, and the SBDC, Access Accelerator, the Small Business Development Center of the Bahamas.
Remember that little tease we gave you last night? Well, here's what we found out when this one question was asked on the streets of New York.
Hi. What do you know about the Bahamas?
The Bahamas. Well, my family's from Guyana, South America. So we're almost neighbors, part of the West Indies. Beautiful beaches, beautiful people, good food.
I've seen the Bahamas before. I've seen the flag. It's blue, yellow, and black. Rihanna's Bahamian, Barbados. Yeah. I'm African American, West Indian, and Puerto Rican.
It's absolutely beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Do you hope to visit one day?
Absolutely. We've been having a look actually for October. We've been really wanting to go over. So hopefully we will soon.
Make it happen. Make
Definitely.
It happen. Come in December. That's when we have our biggest cultural festival. What do you know about the Bahamas?
I know that big slide that people go slide down. Atlantis. Cool, beautiful blue waters.
Have you visited?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. All right. Yes.
And that does it for the National Report from New York City. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Do you ever just want more?
But wait, there's Marco's! Introducing the More Marco's menu, packed with your favorites starting at just $6. Like our warm, golden baked cheesy bread, crispy stuffed risotto. How about a hot, fresh, medium one-topping pizza? Subs, calzones, pizza bowls, and more. Starting at just $6. Certain restrictions apply. More variety, more value, more Marco's! Order today at Marco's Pizza, Bahamas.
Health is the greatest gift. That
That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
What? You don't know what TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation? You mean the Ministry of Tourism? No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, boy? Oh, yeah. Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things saying do? What does do? Hey, check the website one.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Bahamian fashion in Times Square. Guess who was strutting on the runway today?
And a number of Bahamians excelling in the Big Apple.
Plus, access in the city. We'll tell you all about that.
And coming up in sports, local golfers receive college scholarships.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Access now, live from the Big Apple.
Well, Marlena, you celebrated your birthday last evening, and we went to a nice Italian restaurant for your birthday dinner.
We did. It was very nice, yeah.
So what did you have?
Oh, I had my favorite pasta, carbonara. Yeah, it was very good.
And I was bougie. I had scallops and shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was delicious. I'm ready to go back again.
I'm ready to go back again. I think we're all ready to go back again.
Amazing.
But before we do that, I think Bahamian fashion was on full display in Times Square, and we rocked Romilda Rose with Bahamian Pride. Marlena, you rocked yours, and Kushla, and a few of the others.
And we love the print. It showcased that bold, expressive floral tribute to the beauty and pride of the Bahamas.
Take a look.
I don't like everything on mine, though. You don't want everything? I'm very basic. Mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, and hot sauce.
Pickles cabbage?
I like this thing. Pickles stuff. Well, what's that called exactly? What is it exactly? Have you ever been there?
It's really, really good. Really good. Want a picture? No? Thank you. Okay. Among millions of people, we're still standing tall, wearing Romilda Rose design. See you later.
Oh, what an amazing time in the city we had today. We have a very special guest with us tonight, our very own Bahamian on Broadway, Gregory Trico. Thank you for joining us for the show.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to be here.
Us in. Yeah, so tell us about this. I mean, you start in the Bahamas, you have dreams of Broadway. How long was this a dream of yours?
I mean, ever since I can imagine, really. I started singing at Grace Gospel Chapel in Nassau, and then I went to Denver for a little bit for high school, went to college for it, and right about high school, I think, is when I was like, I think I can do this for my life, and Broadway's always a dream, so here I am.
Amazing. And what was the culture shock like, you know, when you get to New York, you go from being an island boy to, like, Manhattan's an island too, but it's kind of different than Nassau.
Well, it's crazy, even crazier going from, like, Nassau to Denver, which is ski town, kind of ski world, like culture shock. Also, like,
going from being a Bahamian to being an American is so vast,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then coming to New York and it just being an artistic environment. I mean, I've always been just kind of thrown around, so I've gotten used to it, actually.
Amazing. And now you said when you were in high school, you're like, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Clearly you could. So can you tell us about these shows that you've been in?
I made my Broadway debut in a musical called Taboo, which is about the 80s punk pop scene in the clubs of London. And then I took a large break from the industry, and then I came back with the phenomenon that is the Cultural Hamilton. That's celebrating 10 years right now. It's unbelievable.
It's insane. It feels like it just came out yesterday.
Yeah. I'm actually one of the longest people to ever be in it. At like
That's
8
huge.
years. And the first Bahamian, I'll say that.
There you
For
go.
sure,
There's
from
the
rock,
history.
For sure.
And then obviously that is the dream manifest for so many young Bahamians watching at home. What would you have to say to the young Bahamian watching news tonight and saying, that's my dream, I want to do that too?
I think I would say make your dreams clear and follow them. And don't let anybody tell you that your dreams are too big. Chase them, learn from everybody, listen to everybody, and don't say, I'm going to do it if you're not going to do it.
Fully send it. Go for
and
it.
Find a mentor, for sure, for sure. I've been talking about that a lot recently. Like, we all need somebody to like talk to and look up to. I think a lot of that's missing right now. So I'm like, get yourself a mentor as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
before we go,
Yeah.
one last thing as we wrap up. What's next for you?
I just finished an out-of-town tryout of 2 shows, actually. One is called The 12. It's about the apostles between the time of Christ being crucified and him raising from the dead. And then I just did an Abraham Lincoln musical that's coming to Broadway in November called 3 Summers of Lincoln, where I got to play Abraham Lincoln. So come back. Who knows, you might see me in that here when we hit it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again for joining us tonight. We hope to see you again soon, maybe on stage next time.
My pleasure.
Thanks for joining us, LaDawn. Back to you.
Well, Melina, we were quite busy on the streets of New York, but I got a chance to speak to a resident who say he can't wait to relax in sunshine and sea in the Bahamas in about 3 days.
I'm very excited to visit the Bahamas. I went there once about 15 years ago. It was absolutely beautiful. The culture and the locals were some of my favorites that I've ever encountered traveling the world. The Bahamian population is very kind and generous, and last time I went, I stayed on the lower right side of the island. This time I'm going to be staying at Atlantis, so I'm very excited to see what they offer.
Are you taking your family with you?
I am. I'm taking my wife and 3 beautiful children.
What are they saying to you? Are they excited?
Oh, they can't stop. They can't stop. They're chanting, B-A-H-A-M-A-S.
Well, there was lots of glitz and glamour happening at Atlantis and a whole lot of gratitude as employees were recognized for all of their hard work. Let's take a look.
From security to entertainment, from 10 years of service to 40, Atlantis pulled out all the stops to recognize its shining stars. The day was filled with cheers, laughs, and even a few happy tears as team members were honored for their dedication, passion, and excellence. One of those stars was a security team member who has proudly served at Atlantis for 20 years. Calm, composed, and clearly devoted to his craft, he shared what keeps him going every day.
That's great. I love that. But to me, it's a lot of times the interactions that I get to have with my guests and being able to help people, that's the real reward to me. In March 2005, it was just something that I said at first I was just going to try out, but I ended up falling in love with the department. So I've never actually changed department. I stayed with security. It's always been something I love. I always loved being able to help people and to let people feel secure, you know. It's just something in me that I always loved about the department.
In contrast, the energy shot through the roof when we spoke to an entertainer who's been with Atlantis for 17 years. Bursting with excitement, literally, he couldn't contain his joy.
How do I feel as the winner? Woo! Yeah, that's how I feel right now. It's a joy down inside my heart. I want to thank all those who voted for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Atlantis, we are #1.
But perhaps the most touching moments came when Atlantis honored these longtime team members who received thunderous applause and special tributes, reminding everyone they are people who've given decades of their lives to the Atlantis family.
You know, we want to make sure that our teams remain engaged. We want to celebrate them whatever opportunity we can. And these quarterly awards allow human resources along with our operations to support our team members in a way that celebrates them, but also engages them to deliver exemplary service to our guests. Our 20, 30, and 40-year nominees are really what I call the cream of our crop. They've been with us for a very long time, but they're engaged because they want to deliver on the Bahamian experience, that Bahamas at heart experience. They want to deliver on our core values, on our vision, our mission, and they contribute to having exceptional guest experiences at every turn.
For the Bahamas Tonight, access now. I'm Mario Mournings.
Thanks a lot, Mario. Well, ever wondered why we call New York City the city that never sleeps? Well, find out after the break.
This summer, make your statement in color. Romilda Rose Designs proudly presents the Bahamian Print Collection, a vibrant tribute to island elegance and effortless style. Available now for pre-order and officially launching June 8th. Be bold, be beautiful. Let your style speak Bahamian boldness. Place your orders today at romildarosedesigns.net. Romilda Rose Designs, where fashion meets heritage.
Ounces, $169. Carbonated pancake mixes, assorted 28 ounces, $4.99. Condom evaporated milk, 13 ounces, $109. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.19 per pound. Join the Super Value Quality Price Program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
At RBC, we're proud to support Alive's Ultimate Business Makeover campaign for a second year. We know that micro, small, and medium businesses are vital to our economy. They drive innovation, and more importantly, they create jobs. By investing in their growth, we're fostering economic success, and together we can pave the road to a thriving business community.
At a shot of beautiful Central Park in Manhattan, which is the 6th largest park in the city, stretching over 800 acres long. Get this, it attracts up to 42 million visitors annually and is one of the most filmed locations right here in the city. Malena?
Well, a major infrastructure upgrade is on the way for Eleuthera. It's a $2.4 million public-private partnership, and it's set to bring miles of new roads and clean water to island communities. Our Diane Dorset has more.
The Bahamas Striping Group of Companies is already getting the stamp of approval from residents on the Eleuthera Road Improvement Project. And now, an efficient water system is being added to the mix. Caribbean Paving Solutions and the Water and Sewage Corporation signed a contract to install 63 miles of water mains that will provide consistent access to potable water. Otario Mitchell, president of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, believes the partnership goes beyond concrete and asphalt. He says it's about national development.
I am proud to say that we are here to officially sign a $2.4 million contract with Rowdy Boys Construction for the installation of water main lines throughout South and Central Eleuthera. This is what true empowerment looks like. We committed to these contractors that they will share in a major part of our 3P project, and this contract signing today brings us one step closer to our promise fulfillment.
Local companies like Quick Fix Construction, New View Construction, and now Rowdy Boys Construction are being tapped to take on the heavy lifting. For newly appointed Chief Financial Officer of Rowdy Boys, Yelin Knowles, this is an opportunity to bring much-needed relief for residents.
This isn't just another contract for us. The work we are about to undertake will, for the first time ever, provide some residents of South Eleuthera with access to running water. Let that sink in. Generations of Bahamians in this area will now have something as basic and as vital as a reliable water supply.
For communities that have waited decades for access to running water, the installation of 63 miles of main line is a welcome and transformative development. State Minister responsible for the Water and Sewage Corporation, the Honorable Leon Lundy, sees this as a clear sign of the government's commitment to closing the gap between New Providence and the Family Islands.
This government is working steadily and deliberately to close the development gap between New Providence and the Family Islands. We recognize where systems have failed in the past, but we are committed to progress that is visible, measurable, and life-changing.
The project is anticipated to be completed in 4 months, with hundreds of jobs created and an expected 74 service connections, bringing long-term benefits to residents of Eleuthera. For the ZNS Network News, I'm Diane Dorset.
Thanks a lot, Diane. Well, a Bahamian DJ is making a big name for himself here in the Big Apple. I caught up with him. His name is DJ Rel, to find out what he's been up to.
Microphone check 1 2, and playing music of all genres on the turntables at public and private parties is not just a hobby, but a profitable career for DJ Rel. Born in North Palmetto Point, Eleuthera, Darrell Cooper lived in Washington Heights, New York from the age of 3 and attended school here in the Big Apple. He's been hyping up crowds at the Slattery Pub in Midtown, New York for about 7 years.
One of the things that I do is I DJ here at Slattery's, and I'm helping to make the crowd feel at ease, give them some familiar vibes, maybe some New York-based songs or maybe some other songs, anywhere from dance music, introduce some Bahamian music as well.
DJ Rel has played everything from hip-hop to soca, rake and scrape, and even a little bit of freestyling. He's also played for and entertained Bahamian artists like Johnny Cake and Julian Believe, who was just here in New York recently. DJ Rel says hosting and DJing for the New York Knicks Eastern Conference watch party and the Miami Dolphins were 2 of his most memorable moments.
And we hope that we'll be able to do this more times in the future because it was very well received by everyone. Folks had a great time. And that being said, you know, it really helps to bring us back into our connection with the homeland.
But for the most part, it seems that DJing is a big deal here in New York, according to DJ D-Rel, who has his eyes set on performing for a laundry list of celebrities.
Well, I definitely want to continue bigging up our Bahamian artists, you know. I think Wendy, maybe KB, you know, are a couple, as well as Avi and the Bahamian.
So if you're Bahamian visiting or residing in New York area, check out the Slattery Pub and get your groove on with DJ Rel. Well, Malena, I think we need to hit the strips to see DJ Rel in action. What do you think?
Well, while we're here, and I mean, yesterday was my birthday, but it's still technically my birthday weekend in New York City. I think we can manage that.
Are you going to dance a little? Show us a little something?
Maybe. While we plan that, yes. I think you guys should probably check in with Michelle Knowles to see what's coming up in sports.
And a quartet of local golfers hoping to expand on their talents. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Feel the difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
The Remnant Tabernacle of Praise is inviting you to its health fair Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Speakers include Dr. Gregory Pinto, Dr. Norad Morgan, Dr. Chantalasha Knowles, Dr. Sean Knowles, Mr. D'Amico Bryce, Dr. Theodore Ferguson, Dr. Michaela Roll, and Dr. Opal Stubbs. Health screenings, fitness challenges, food competitions, prizes, surprises, giveaways, and more. It all starts 7:30 a.m. and we wrap it up at 3. So meet us at the Remnant Tabernacle of Praise, 309 Carmichael Road. Put some pep in your step and let's spring into health.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Your TGIF Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. A quartet of local golfers hoping to take their skills to the next level after securing collegiate scholarships. Angelino Cooper Jr., Taylor Sands, Sierra Noble Smith, and Chamari Pratt hopes her chance will come in the near future. 4 golfers who are part of the Harris Golf Academy were able to sign their deals on Wednesday before family and friends at the Bahamas Golf Federation's 9-hole driving range at the Blue Hills Sporting Complex. Cooper Jr., along with Sands, will attend Central State University in Ohio on athletic scholarship, while Norval Smith will be heading to Lincoln University in Missouri on both an academic and athletic scholarship, while Pratt, a 15-year-old 11th grader at Queens College, will be heading to an elite golfer camp in South Carolina later this month to learn more about the academic side of golf.
So I am super excited to go off to college. I can't wait for the opportunities that await me. My parents are also super excited because they get to see me blossom into a new young lady and also get to see me doing things that I enjoy doing. And I honestly just can't wait. Hope that everyone here, especially in the Bahamas, accepts this as inspiration to see that they can go off, they can go beyond the Bahamas, and they can go beyond just doing golf as some extracurricular, and they can turn it into a profession, or they can even go into a teaching hobby or something like that.
Well, the scholarship was an opportunity a coach gave me from months and months of practice and work, and what I plan to do is I plan to further my education in environmental engineering, something I always wanted to do.
So I'm looking to complete 4 years of college on a golf scholarship, hopefully decide to go pro in a few years and just finish school.
That's a look at your sports on this Friday. A check on weather when we return.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
now for us?
Live weather right now, showing some showers working its way into the forecast area just ahead of a frontal boundary that will stall to the north of us, but it will keep us in that unstable area for the next several days. So we'll see showers becoming more scattered to numerous as we head into Sunday and Monday of next week, and some of those showers could be heavy at times. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. For the northwestern islands tonight and Saturday, south to southwest winds at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, so caution flags are in place for your boaters in the northwestern islands. Now, your high tide, that will take place at 11:39 tonight, with a low tide at 6:13 tomorrow morning. Now, for the central and southeastern islands tonight and tomorrow, well, southeast winds also at 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet, so that caution flag will could extend it into the central and southeastern islands into Saturday as well. And as we head into Sunday, the winds become southwest to west at 10 to 15 knots, so there will be a reduction in those winds, wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet. Now, the low tide, that will take place at 7:07 in the morning, with the high tide at 1:07 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, light and variable winds with very flat seas of 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Dawn and Melina.
Thanks, Basil. Well, it was a beautiful day in Manhattan, and LaDawn and I had a few moments to spare in our very busy schedule.
So we couldn't help but wonder, how much time did we actually able to get in before anyone even realized or noticed that we were gone?
Let's take a peek at Access and the city.
We're going shopping. It's nice.
I'm gonna make lemonade, my lemon dress. Doesn't it look
stunning? And you know, it wouldn't be Bahamians abroad if we didn't do some shopping.
And we're gonna be going through all of the aisles. We're gonna look
every
for
rack.
We're gonna look for sales first. Then we're gonna just check out the aisles.
We come out here with something. Many things, probably. We're about to take in the sights of New York, and what better way to do it than on the New York Pedicab?
So let's go.
Let's go. Now, you can't come to New York without getting some souvenirs. We see these names. I always try to find mine. We're going to try to find LaDawn's too, but I don't feel like either of us are going to have much success. Kind of got some unusual names going on here. Let's wish us luck.
So while Melina is busy looking for my name, I'm gonna do some souvenir shopping myself. I'm gonna get this keychain, maybe one or two of this hoodie, and probably a few t-shirts to take back home. So wish me luck.
And even though we didn't get to see him play while we were here, I still feel like we should take home some New York Yankees merch to show that support for Jazz.
And even though we can't find any New York Liberty stuff, courtesy of Jonquil Jones, I'm a bag lady, and I'm gonna get this bag, probably a New York Knicks bag, and probably this bag to go back to the office with. We had a really, really good time in the city and in the streets of New York.
Oh, yeah.
For the past few days. We had a wonderful time.
Phone was ringing. They're like, where are you guys? We'll be right back. We're right outside. What are you talking about? We had an amazing time, but unfortunately, that's it for Access now in New York City.
Yes. For now. I'm sure
Bring us back soon.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
Civil auction case number 527 of 2024, Johnson versus Delaware. How you doing, sir? You can place your document right here. Come to the middle. Place the document right here. Come to the middle. Okay, I'm going to say the oath, and I want you all to repeat after me. Do you get that, Mom? Get it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hold the Bible for me, please.